A credit card is like a sharp knife. It could be used for personal defense, to cook a delicious meal, to fix something in the house, but it could also kill you. Allow me to introduce you the secrets of using credit cards so you can get a lot of free money. Hey there, my name is Jaime Shekaiban. Welcome to your channel, The Foreigner in America. I'm very happy to be here. And let me tell you that I feel sick when people recommend you to go and eliminate all your credit cards. I mean, failing is learning. Just because you got into a car accident doesn't mean you have to stop driving. Just because you invested in a business and it didn't make money doesn't mean you're gonna stop investing whatsoever. You gotta try your best, you gotta learn, and you're gonna master it, just like myself. And I'm gonna teach you in this video the secrets of using credit cards. So every time you use them, you know exactly what to expect. And you will never have to pay a penalty again. And you know what? Banks are gonna pay you money to use their credit cards. A credit card is a tool to have automatic transactions for free, build your credit score, get free money. But never a tool to get a personal loan on money that you don't have and you cannot pay back. So people just tell you to forget about them altogether. Just pay everything in cash or debit. Well, no. I'm gonna show you how to do it step by step. And at the end of this video, you're gonna be really good with credit cards and you're gonna be able to pay everything that you want with a credit card back without incurring any kind of penalty. So the first thing you have to do is learning the lingo. I'm gonna show you the image right here of my newest card, the United Club card from Chase. This is an expensive card that I just got recently, probably like 2 or 3 months ago, because they waived the first year's annual fee of $525. So it was a great deal. So as you can see on the image, on the top left corner, you got the last 4 digits on my card. And then there's a small lock. That's very important. Every credit card that you own should be either locked or frozen. And why is this? Well, this will prevent that anyone can use your card, even you. So if you want to use a card physically, or if you want to put the numbers on the internet to buy anything you want, and the card is locked, that will completely reject it, and an email will be sent to you that someone tried to use your card. But wait a moment. If you have your internet, your cell phone, anything charged to the card every month, it will go through. So don't worry to have your card locked every time. And then you have your current balance, which I won't say a lot about current balances because it's not so important. And I'll explain to you why. Then it says that you have no minimum payment due, which means that I don't have to pay anything back on the card right now. I mean, it's in zeros. And then you have the payment due date. This is a very important date that should always be in your mind. And I'll explain to you a little bit more when we go through the entire process of how payment due dates, closing dates work for your advantage. The minimum payment due, forget about the word minimum. You should never concentrate on paying the card's minimum payments. That's usually $35. That it's whenever you cannot pay the card, you just get the minimum and then you just pretty much jump yourself into the next month. Your credit card is not affected if you pay the minimum, but you will be charged a lot of interest. The last statement balance is exactly how much you owe on the card when it closes. So a day after your statement closes, you will get your statement balance. And that's how much you have to pay on the payment due date. And then you have the available credit and the total credit, which in this case is $31,300 for this particular card. Why is this important? Well, people look at this as how much money I can spend on the card. And it's not true.
Nope.
I cannot spend $31,300 because how would I pay it back? The total available credit and the available credit is so you can know exactly how much you owe on every second of the card. So if you go and you buy something that is $20 right now, your available credit will drop $20 instantaneously. And you don't even have to look at the transactions or look at the current balance. Sometimes when you use a card in a business or even international, it takes days to reflect on your balance. But if you go to your available balance and you just subtract that from the total, you will know exactly how much you owe every single second. That is the key. And then the next closing date will be when your statement will close and you will be able to pay the card in 25 days. I will show you this process more visually in a little while, so stay with me and you will understand how to play with the numbers so you have as many days as possible to pay your card. Purchase APR and cash in advance APR. This is the way the bank will kill you. APR is annual percentage rate. So it's how much they charge you if you don't pay on time. So 16.49% for this card per year and 25% for cash in advance. That means if you withdraw money from an ATM with your credit card. Just for your reference, a CD, a certificate of deposit, an account, will give you between 1 and 1.5% right now return per year. A money market account, not even that, probably 0.5% to 1%. Wall Street average historical is between 7 and 8% per year. And even real estate, when appreciation jumps in and cash flow and all the good perks, is between 10 and 15% return. Just imagine what the bank is going to charge you, 16.5% and 25%. Those are killer returns. I mean, no wonder why everyone is always offering you a credit card. But fortunately, watching this video, you're going to understand how this works and you will never ever pay a penalty in your life. So today is September 14th, Monday. The 3 most important things that you have to keep in mind when you're using your credit card is your available credit, the day the statement closes, and payment day, the day you have to pay back your card. In this case, my United Club card has the 24th as the payment date and the 27th as the statement closing date. So let's concentrate on the 27th, the closing date. Whenever you have a credit card, you have statements that last for 30 days. It's current month, last month, and next month. Let me explain this to you. So September 27th is my closing date. My statement goes from the past month, August 28th, to September 27th. It's always past month plus 1 day to closing date. Those 30 days is what your statement lasts. And then once it closes, how many days do you have to pay? Well, from September 27th to the 24th of the next month, because that's my payment due date. You have to understand this. Every card has 2 numbers, a closing date and a payment date. The closing date will be when your statement closes, and then after the following month, you have to pay back on the payment date. So if you want to buy a $2,000 surround sound, I would recommend you do this. Today is the 14th. You don't buy it today. I wait 2 weeks until a day after my closing date, and then I'll incur on the expense. So why is this? How many days do I have to pay it back? That's a very important question for credit cards. Can I afford it? Yes or no? How do you know if you can afford it? Well, $2,000. Can I pay it back before October 24th? That's my payment due date for this current statement. If it's a yes, I can buy it today. If it's a no, I want to have more days to pay, I wait until my closing date, which is September 27th. The day after, I incur on the expense. And this means that the statement jumps to the next one, which is September 28th to October 27th. And I'll have until November 24th to pay. So instead of having 40 days to pay, you will have 57 days to pay. 57 days is a personal loan of 2 months free of interest to pay back your money. And after you pay it back, guess what? I'll have $20 or $30 of rewards just given to me by the bank just because I used their card to spend $2,000. So that's exactly what I want you to do. Every time that you want to use your credit card, you have to take a look at 2 numbers. When is my closing date and when is my payment date? How much do I owe? How do you know how much you owe? You get your available credit and you subtract it from your total credit. So of course, you have other debt obligations. It's not just one credit card. You gotta pay your rent, you gotta pay your mortgage, you gotta pay your car, you gotta pay a student loan, you gotta pay anything you want. After you pay back all those obligations, you get this credit card and this $2,000 surround sound that you wanted to buy. Can you afford it? Yes or no? Don't just say yes and buy it. No. You have to go through this process and see when does it close? How many days do I have to pay back? Can I pay it back in 40 days? Can I pay it back in 57? If you cannot pay it back in less than 57 days, then do not buy this surround sound with a credit card. Save your money and then pay it with a debit or cash. The third thing I want you to do is I want you to go and analyze what is your ROI on your investment, your return on investment. And let me give you a good example from this. Back in March or April when we were staying at home all day, I really wanted to buy an espresso machine to prepare my lattes. So I did my research and every time I wanted a latte, I went to a coffee shop. Of course, I spent 2 or 3 hours there. Whenever they opened up, I could sit down and take a latte. I will pay $6 for a latte. And before you kill me, and you're like,
Jaime, why are you spending $6 on a latte? You're crazy. You're talking about personal finances. You should do it at home.
Yes, but lattes are not easy to prepare. It's not like you buy a coffee machine in Walmart for $30 and you can get lattes. You have to buy an espresso machine, you have to buy a grinder. It's a different process. So to taste good, just like a coffee shop. So in my case, I got everything for free with my IHE rewards card because I had a lot of points. So it was perfect. But in case I had incurred the expense, it would have been $250 for the machine and the grinder. So how do I know my ROI? If I get my money's worth in 1 year or less, then it's a good buy for me to go and spend the money. So a latte costs $6 and the machine costs $250. So $250 divided by 6, that's 42 lattes in a year. So 42 lattes divided by 12, that's 3.5, so we can round it up to 4. If I can drink 1 latte per week, then it's a good investment to go and pay $250 on my espresso machine. That's the return on investment. Otherwise, if I don't drink a latte a week, it makes no sense. Just go to the coffee shop every time you want a latte and pay $6 and get one. So you gotta do this every time you want to incur in a big expense. Not if you want to buy something that is $10, $15. I mean, no. But probably over 100, 150, that an expense that you have to think about it, always get your return on investment. Am I going to get my money's worth in 1 year? Yes or no? If it's a no, don't buy it. Don't even bother. If it's a yes, okay, then do your research, get the best deal, get the best price, see if you can buy with points. Otherwise, buy with your credit card. But before you pay, use the process I just explained to you. So you have the most amount of days, 57 days to pay back. And if you cannot pay it back in 57 days, just don't buy it. People that get into all this credit card debt do not understand this thought process like I do. And like you do now that you're watching this video. And that's why they incur all these late fees and 16.5% and 25% penalties. But now you're lucky that you're watching this, you understand how the process is, and you can put it to work. If you're enjoying this video, please hit the like button. So which credit card should I use, Jaime? Well, My recommendation is go and get a credit card with no annual fee, period. Don't make it complicated. There are a lot of credit cards out there. Some charge $29, $39, $95 a year, which I think that's the limit you should look for. And then there are the expensive ones, like the United Club card that I was just showing you. That's $525 a year. Yes, I know you're tempted to go and get the Amex Platinum just to impress your friends because it's a metal card. It's this one actually. It's a metal card that you can pay with and impress everyone. It's $550 or $595 a year. Do not do that. That's for experienced, savvy credit card users. Once you know how to handle the process, once you don't pay a single dollar in interest, once you understand exactly the closing payment days and the process of using a credit card, and once you can get all those rewards to pay back for your annual fee and even more, then you can start thinking of getting an expensive card. Just go get a credit card that has no annual fee. That's a free card. You use it, you pay it back, no big deal. Let me give you a foreigner insight for this video, which only happens in this, your personal finance channel, The Foreigner in America. Being a foreigner in this country is very hard. And I can tell you from my experience. Because banks do not want to give you a credit card. Because you have no history. You don't exist. You come from a different country and they don't even know if you're going to stay here long to pay them back. So I understand. It's not that they're bad or anything. It's just that they want a security. So you go to your bank in your country of origin and you ask them for a letter written in English that will show, 1, how much money you have or how much money you handle, 2, the accounts that you have, 3, how well you pay, 4, all the things that you have used in the bank and for how long. That letter, you bring it to the bank that has a relationship with your bank in your country of origin, and you can get a great deal or you can get a much better credit card since the beginning. I did that with Citibank. I got a $7,500 credit card starting day one. And some of my friends, the same situation, they were rejected plenty of times and they just ended up having a $1,000 credit card. So right now, that same card, I have $32,000 on it. And I don't even use it. I just keep it because if I cancel it, my credit score will just drop
gigantically.
If you want to know how credit scores work, make sure you check out my past video, which I will link below in the description. Also, please let me know what techniques or what tricks do you use to actually be good at credit cards, and comment below. I'm very interested in just reading all your tricks and tactics. Once you understand how to use a credit card, once you understand all this process, you will never pay penalty, you will get a lot of free money, and you will be very happy in this great country. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you'll miss any one of my weekly videos. Please comment below what else do you want to see in this channel so I can talk about it. And I'll make sure I read each and every one of them and comment back. So until then, see you next time.